doing my video. Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people. It's your girl straight on chasing with the queen. Yeah, so we're going to be up here talking about Grand Rising. We're going to be up here talking about were you ever around and found out you black. That's the name of it. They just doing it. So, well, look, we were already having a conversation about the other people, the other folks. So what? And I'm cooking. So y'all gotta. So go ahead now. What was y'all saying about? What was you saying? No, go ahead. Cut the TV down a little bit. Look, we were just discussing. We were discussing what happened with the What is the with Tyree Nichols? Tyree Nichols. And I did I you ain't had to turn it all the way down. I don't know if you can hear it. So we in here cooking, right? And we get ready to be talking about what happened with the Tyree Nichols. So go ahead about what was y'all saying about if y'all because y'all are black melanated women with sons. Now what y'all would have what you say you would have felt? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Little mama. Come on. Come here. Stop standing on there. But you can't. This is theirs right here. Oh, that's. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. And so, Grand Rising Black Love. Um, I'm gonna just go back when we thought they were white, but we have to understand they have. There's a lot of. Let's go back to. I don't know if y'all talk about it, but y'all thought they were white, right? They thought they were white cops until they seen it, and that's what I be talking about. What racism is. Racism is the power to control, and that shows you that they thought that this thin line of blue is not true because it's only for melanated people. I love your consistent. Thank you. But let me tell you, this is what I be talking about with racism, how it's so entwined that we look over stuff that happens to us. Because how many times are we fighting for white cops to get arrested? They will look at a video and try to convince you. Good afternoon, Misha Williams. We got the kids, we cooking, and we have another queen. She's on the phone. So when she get ready to say something, we're gonna have to hold up the phone. But we have we have t-shirts that say his name. I can't breathe. We can look at the video and see these white cops choking, killing, shooting. We now when we get these black cops who effed around and found out they were black, they blink. I ain't even seen it, but they guilty. They fired. We got them all over. What you know is two things. One, because of their color, and two, because they're trying to mask the real news that's going on with those Asian people. Thank you. Thank you, woke one. With those Asian people who have been doing mass shootings on themselves. You know that the Asian people one they shot up the dance studio, then they shot up for one where they were doing a lunar moon, their New Year's, and mass shooting, and both of the shooters were Asian. Y'all don't know nothing about that, do y'all? Y'all don't know nothing about that, huh? That because we always got to look like the face of crime. We always got to look like the face of hate, of what not to do. Now, the black cops, you got what you deserve. Friday asses, because we are out here saying, say her name. We asking black cops that's on the force to check the white ones that's doing this to us. That because I thought, see, they got us being this separate stuff. Because when we used to want to join the police forces, because we need those extra eyes so we can protect ourselves. We need our people that look like us. If you're going to join the police force, is to make it better. But everybody is trying to live this monopoly game. You just roll the dice and let's just keep going. But they effed around and found out they were black like us. Because justice in America is not just. There's two justice systems. I want to know what you and your sister were saying. This is Queen J and Queen Mocha on the phone. Oh, you wasn't able to hear the other speakers. Hey, Queen, chat connection is poor. I will drop links in the chat and replay. Thank you, Kathy D. Can y'all hear us? We probably got to cut that down, so we got to come up closer. So you're going to have to repeat yourself. Go ahead and tell her again. Hold on. Grand Rising, Kathy B. Happy anniversary. Now go ahead and tell them again what you were saying about they didn't want to watch the video of this. I seen the video. I didn't see all of it because it was a way, but it's horrible. Go ahead. Yeah, like we didn't want to watch the video because we got kids. 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old sons. Like, no, we didn't want to watch it because this is an older man. This is a 29, 30, 30 older man. Call for his mom. Like, to call his mom, like he's an older guy. At this point, in the mindset of a male, it's like calling their mom to say I love you and stuff. He's calling out his mom for help, like mom, and it's like it's shocking, like it's crazy. I seen it. I was like, it just got to the part where I can see him. He's walking around and circling around. I didn't see the actual. Watch it now. I didn't see when they was kicking him and everything because I didn't even want to see it. I guess she got to come up like this. That's why my voice is coming down towards it and stuff. But I'm usually on my laptop, so I'm on my phone. So you probably got to come up like this over here. You said straight on Queen, you come with some very powerful damn messages and talking points. I love you're very real down to earth. Thank you. I am, because I had looked at, like y'all, I was out looking at people, and I always say the ancestors called us to talk because there's something wrong. And if you really love your family and you love your kids, you're going to love your people because your family and your kids represent you. That's why they want us mixing with other races, so our family and kids will represent them. They, what? Oh, she don't feel it. We had an accident. Excuse us. What you pushed up? What you do to her? My bad, y'all. You know how those kids, cause look, when she fell before I tried to catch her, she thought that she looked back like I pushed her. She be serious too, cause she looked at me and then she went to her mama like I pushed her the other side, and I was trying to catch her. But yeah, we in here. You see, I'm cooking and stuff, but they want us to have their mentality so it can be comfortable for them. And then those of us that isn't mixed, we put on their mentality of how we are to them in their ideology. And these black cops woke up and found out that they were us. And we all are looking at it and they're blinding us from a couple of things. They blinding us from the fact that we don't get the same response or the same energy when it's white cops. Because if it was, we would have been done away with white cops and we would get to the meaning of it, because there's not too many black cops that kill black people. That's why we're shocked. We're shocked that they're black and we're shocked that they did it. They want us to mask this over because our fight is that there are white supremacists that goes through the system of being a cop, and then when they get in that system, they get to act out their racist hate. That's our problem. And the KKK uses the police system. That's our problem. Grand Rising, everyone. Let me see. That is the problem. I'm going to have to put y'all over here with me while I watch some stuff. That's the problem. We have a problem with racist white supremacists joining the police force and attacking and killing us. They want to say blue lives. They're using it, and they're using this opportunity, the mask that is just cops and not racist white people joining the police force to attack us. That's where the trick comes in. We so busy, we so quick to react. We so quick to cheer shit. And then what they hold against us, because what I'm saying might sound insensitive because there's someone dead, but we already see black bodies all the time. Not trying to be funny, this ain't nothing new. We killing each other, but you are being distracted with this. They want you so angry like they do that's why any black person would do when they used to go burn down our towns and lynch us. They want you to get their mind. They want you to be so angry that any justice would do. Because now they can't get in our skin, so they wear our styles, they use our music, they talk like us, they walk, they do everything like us, but in the side they still hate us, and they use the system to mass incarcerate us, kill us. Then they turn that to the blue uniform, so it's an organization that we can join, so it won't look like it's racist, but it looks like this organization just has a little problem. They're using this stuff to destroy us, and we're falling for the okie doke. They got us falling for the okie doke. It might sound insensitive because what y'all gonna do, and mark my words, until we catch ourselves and wake up, all of this is gonna go away. Just like when that black cop shot that white woman and he's in prison right now. There's other black or brown cops that did crimes you don't know and you don't hear about it because they quickly handle the situation when it's black. The reason why they don't stick together to when it's black is because black people don't go to those secret KKK meetings when they're joining the force. Black people, you're never going to know the secret because you're never going to be white. They want you to look at it as a family thing. Like I said, not trying to be funny. That's why they mix. Now you mix in with the Blue Lives Matter folks. Why you black instead of getting in there doing something about the situation. Coming up to be police chief and being able to fire those white ones that don't do nothing. You gotta come up here. Go ahead.
But I'm questioning is like what was going through their mind when they did what they did. Like because y'all are black. This is a black male. Y'all are black cops. Like what? Like what y'all possessed or something?
They are possessed. They're possessed with the power of white supremacy. That's what I'm explaining. Because white cops get away with it all the time. They already got us killing each other. They got us with a hate instead of coming in there supporting each other. And so what he's doing is that yeah, the white chief of police, the white cops that punched the black woman in the face got suspension. All these white cops, we had to force them to prosecute Amber Geiger. We had Trayvon Martin ain't got no justice, and he wasn't a cop. He was a citizens patrol when they deputized themselves. We gotta force them to prosecute George Floyd when we see him sitting right on his neck. We got the ideology of them. They want us. They wear our hair. They wear our cultures. They wear everything. They want us to absorb into them, and them absorb into us. My Cash App. I think somebody tried to hack my Cash App and stuff, so I don't have it. You'll have to Zelle if you want to donate. Just go to the United Empires of Akibalon, and you can donate through there. Anybody, we appreciate your donations. Everybody that's been paying their dues, we appreciate you because we're going to put it into good use for it. That's right. It's time to deputize ourselves. We got some stuff in the making because we're not going to sit here. But trust me, we got stuff in the making because we don't have no line of protection in America. America does not protect black people. And as you can see, if we want to go down that it's not racism in the police department, then those black men should be out on paid leave until we figure out what went on because the video doesn't show anything. It's in the pitch dark and they go ahead, hey, he did it, made assumptions, boom, boom, boom. But we can see in broad daylight them choke and kill and beat us, and we gotta see if they did something, even though we see. But when it comes down to blackness, all they see is criminals, drug dealers, prostitutes, people they can use. I know why y'all couldn't hear. Can y'all hear me now? I'm up here with my earpiece in. Why y'all couldn't hear her? I'm so used to having my earpiece in. That's why y'all couldn't hear her talking. She had to stand next to me. I'm waiting for your mom to come back in. But that's right. If you want to donate, until I can get my Cash App back up. I don't know. Somebody tried to hack it. They said fraudulent, or somebody was trying to do something on it. Ain't no telling. But we got to look at. They want us to think that there's no racism. So to say that if we're going to be going by all these cops that got on paid leave or did everything that they did to other people, Sandra Bland, Trayvon, Trayvon, not Trayvon Martin. I forgot the little boy name, but we know all the black people that we say, it's like hundreds of us. And we always got to we can look at videos. And we always got to analyze the video when it's a white figure in there. But when it's us, they ain't got to question nothing. Even if it's dark, you can't even pinpoint which cop is which. A lot with, like they say, if we want to use their tactics where they want to hide in the white supremacy and say it's the Blue Lives Matter so that we can be part of their killing team or their nation. Tamar Rice. Thank you, woke one. Tamar Rice. We seen the cop jump out, shoot him. He's a little boy with a BB gun. It's okay. We seen the cop slam the little black girl down in her chair in school. We seen the cop slam the little black girl down. And forgive me if y'all don't like the word black. Slam the little black girl, melanated girl down on it when she was in her bathing suit and hold her down. How many times we have to analyze something and they still get paid leave. That means all the people that live there that are black, that's melanated, are still going to be paying them. That's where the money comes from. The money comes out your pocket. So we're paying our murderers. It's a game. Just like the gang used to say, hey, you better still come and pay us or they're going to F stuff up for you. And then some gang members are still ruthless anyway. We're living in that system. So if you're going to say that, then them black guys deserve paid leave until we figure out what went on in that video, since we always got to figure out other videos. Because I'm not trying to be funny. After this is all over, y'all are not even going to remember this. Just like we keep forgetting
They have programmed us to forget our past, so we even forget the immediate past. We can't stay on one subject for nothing. We can't say what happened? Oh, we be this and oh, it's football, oh, it's basketball. They got us programming. We won't admit it. See, when we are building this micronation, it's for real Black people who are really going to check themselves. I can't check you as a grown person. We can lead and guide and use each other's experience to get in a certain place, but a lot of our experiences is guided towards making white people comfortable. We have to rearrange everything, our habits and everything. But back to what them inserting themselves, they want us to insert ourselves in them while they rob everything about us. They rob our hair and this and that. Then they mix their children with us. So now what white supremacy is the ideology, this mindset. These Black cops fucked around and found out that they were Black. Because you can go so far in white supremacy, acting, talking, walking, sleeping with them, but you'll never be white. And they're the ones that go to the secret meetings. That's how they know who belong. Just like they act like it's not no racism, but how they know who to attack and who to enslave was because of the color of their skin. They didn't give a damn whether you was from Haiti, Haitians, or Jamaica, or Africa, or even Europe. Because we giving them the credit that Europe is theirs when we were everywhere first. But just because they stole everything about us, they have us taking on to everything that's bad. All the stuff we're taking on from them, our people don't need. Stop yelling now. Our people do not need. All the stuff that we're taking on, our people do not need. But we insert it, and so when we have the kids by them, the more and more they used to figure out how to get this. And they figured that out. It's in the DNA. It's in the creation. So, and the only person that can birth a person that can birth melanin is a Black woman. The only person that can add the key to the birth is a Black man. Those are the only two people that can produce the universe. If we knew what melanin was and how it works, we would look at ourselves a lot different to understand it, but they got us so confused each day. We forget and we just keep playing figures in their game that we were not meant to prosper in. It takes a new system. America has been shut down, and the KKK, go Google it. You can Google it, you can YouTube it. They've been found out the KKK infiltrated the police force, even though the KKK started the police force. Nobody talks about that. They talk about the history that makes them look good. That's the stuff that they teach ourselves in school. Just like in Florida, is a fight because Ron DeSantis is getting rid of African American history. I don't believe we're all from Africa. We are all from the world. But that is still a piece of us. And we are not allowed to teach it because the KKK infiltrates the politicians. The whole government system is effed up. These Black men was mistaken. You could marry their wives. You could go to their places. Sometimes you go to the places, you still going to be harassed. You can go do what they do, but you're not going to ever make as much money as them. And if we do, it's only a little bit. And you're never going to get away with the murders that they get away with. They murder us in cold blood on camera. And now we're figuring out whether or not that they, but Grand Rising, now I'm going in my spice cabinet. I gotta get my spices, people. We gotta figure out. We ain't gotta figure out. They already done signed, sealed, and delivered that he is these Black cops are guilty. If it was them, it'd be different. But they want us to mingle and mix with them so that when we look upon our children now, our children look like them. They don't want to get in a system. They wanted to get in our minds. They want to be our gods. And that's why the whole system is effed up here. The whole system. And nobody talks about it. We keep trying to run on this hamster wheel, and some of us get off. Yeah, I ain't gonna say some of us don't do good, but it's crazy. It's like right before our eyes that we don't belong. Because them Black men deserve just as much as them white cops do, right? If we talk about Blue Lives Matter, if they keep trying to tell us that all of this stuff I'm getting my seasoning. If they telling us all this stuff that's happening to black people is not has nothing to do with this color of their skin, then why aren't these black cops treated the same? What about the other black cops that's in jail? Remember, I told you I don't know the name because we forget. Maybe y'all remember the black cop that effed around and killed that white woman. He in jail. If you go back and study, just like they taught us in school to do the average, you get the sum of what's happening. Okay, there's people, cops are killing people. Okay, now you're going to say, what areas are the cops killing people in? Then you're going to say, okay, what cops are killing people? White, black. Okay, now you're going to, the people that's killed, what areas are they killed in the most? What color of the people are dying the most by the hands of cops? Then when you get that, and then you see what color the cops that's killing the most people, and what color of the people who are dying the most. The color of the cops that's killing the most people are white. The people who are dying the most by cop killings is black people. So yes, this is a bad situation, but it's a fluke. And they're using it to their advantage, but it's going to backfire on them because, of course, we forget. They're using it to their advantage so that we won't get the justice that we deserve from all these cop killings, because now it disconnects them to the racism, which is these cops are, someone said he's out of jail now, which these cops are killing us at a high rate and they're barely getting punished. I mean, it's right before our eyes. It's like, am I in a movie? I wake up and I'm like, we taking this shit. I mean, we really, like I told everybody before, they are trying to distract you from the real news. So I can look up this everywhere. But you know that Asian protection executive order that was put in place? Do you know that in the past couple of weeks or months that there has been 2 mass shootings on Asians, right? 11 died at, I think, the dance studio. 7 died at the Lunar New Year's that they celebrate. 2 of the mass shooters were Asian. So are they going to be charged with a hate crime? Why do you know about that? But no, they always using our faces as the face of evil and crime. Whether them black cops was in a blue uniform or whether they were sitting on the corner. Black people are killing black people at a high rate because of the mentality that we've been taught that we are nothing. The whole world sees us as nothing, so we so easily kill nothing. It's like a roach. There's going to be more of them. You squash them because you don't want them in your place. That's what we experience as human beings. And we do it among each other. That's why we are the ones who need help. This is a humanitarian crisis among why are we self-destructing? They will never give help to that. They're not putting stuff in the streets for us to help. These cops effed around and they keep thinking they're further and further away. We have a disconnect with people because we've been taught to join clubs, use LBGT. We use labels to disassociate ourselves with the color of our skin. And at the end, if we strap off all these labels and take off all our clothes and we all lay next to each other, we all the same color. And that's all they saw during slavery, during the genocides. That's all they care. Them brothers are going to be used and explored for voting while the white man put him back in office. In office, I think that's what he said. Right, they won't be charged with hate crime. It's their own people. Kathy said it's sad. Yeah. But we're allowing it because we want to, we doing just like them. We just, any justice will do. See, if we don't disassociate this from, if we lump this in as just cops, then all those killings that they got away with us means nothing. We still got to focus that there's cops at a high rate of white people joining the police force. Go Google it, look it up. The FBI said that the KKK has infiltrated the police force. So why are we? I mean, they want us to forget that and focus on just arresting cops. So they want to give something. We're acting just like them when they go back, when they burn down the black towns, and when they did everything they did to our people. Any black person was do that's what would do. That's why they didn't mind lynching a whole bunch of people, or lynching the wrong person, or knowing that a white person committed a crime and then turn around and kill a black person for it. They just want anything anybody will do long as they black. That's their mentality. So they got us on there. Any cop would do. Any cop. The cops are bad. No, we're talking about the KKK using positions to attack us because of the color of our skin. They use the Blue Lives Matter. They use the police force as their number one murdering gang of affiliation. Then they use politicians. Then they work all the way up to the president. They use the Supreme Court so that the Supreme Courts do not do anything about it. Oh, Judah said, I'm sick of them all. I need a red button to push on them. We just gotta move. We gotta move. We gotta get our own spaces that we control and get them where they're protected classes, get our own spaces and move away. There's a lot of people, there's people all over. I've been on TikTok and stuff. There's people all over making their own tribes. There's a lot of people pulling away from sovereignty, which I don't think is a good idea. Because when America goes into other countries and attack other countries, they do it under the guise that that country is doing stuff to their citizens. Over here, China and everybody's looking at, and they've already said how America is doing their black citizens. See, your children and our children has been signing up for the military to go kill innocent people. And nobody talks about it. What did us fight, and why are we fighting for freedom? Who's attacking America? Who has ever attacked America? Dang it, I ain't got no. Who's attacking America? Y'all tell me who's attacking America, because we need freedom and all this stuff. And I want to know who we need freedom from. Who? It looks like we're going over to their land and fighting them and shooting and killing them. Excuse me, I'm looking for. I thought I had an onion. I'm cooking at the same time. It looks like we're going over to their land and shooting and killing them. They have us joining all their organizations to kill other people, including ourselves, because most of the time when you go to them other countries, what happens over here in America is over there. The white people or the whiter looking people are up front and they show you those pictures. And then when you go back, the black people in the back are the ones being murdered and killed. They just shipped a whole boat full of people, the Haitian. I think he sent them to the Bahamas. Guess what the black president doing down there in the Bahamas? Or they shipped them in Virginia or somewhere. Forgive me, I've been looking at a lot. But either which way, the black guy that's over it has been getting buses, giving them passes, helping people. See, they don't want us to have no humanity because their whole existence is based off of slavery. And when you look at slavery, it's kind of like parasites. Everything has a parasite. That's why when we die, everything could be consumed but the bones. What happens? Bones got to be ground down. These people are a parasite and they're using governmental structures. This was the getaway card. This was the get out of jail free card for the racist cops, so it can look like it's just a police problem. See, they're going to want to deal with it's a police problem, not a white man in a police suit problem. Woke one said Americans are the only ones attacking Americans because black people here are not, to them, are not Americans. We're not American to them. That's why they don't care about them black cops, because they know there's a happy black person waiting to take their place, even though they're not going to treat them the same way. I don't see how we so programmed. Do nobody else don't see this? Where's the black cops? You can't even get a black cop to testify or do anything against a white cop. And no black cops are seeing this justice. Like black cops, y'all are next. Y'all are, you can't do anything because you know, like this plays into, oh, it's just people just do bad things. It ain't about the color. So we're just gonna look over the FBI and everything. Oh, because they infiltrated the FBI, they put themselves in positions all over so that they can get in higher positions to do it. So when they got away with slavery, they made the law where now you follow the law. But then they put themselves in a place where they always control the law. To me, these black cops ain't no different than when I hear about these black people in gangs shooting and killing each other. Black people are killing each other, whether it's in a blue suit or not. We need to focus on why we're killing each other, why America won't do anything about this crisis that black people are going through, and admit the truth. But see, in order to admit the truth, you got to admit there's racism. That's why all these states all over are cracking down on laws to stop CRT. The family said there was a 6th cop that was involved. I also heard that the cop, and I don't know how true it is, I've been looking. I heard that Tyree or something Nichols was talking to the ex of one of the cops. They were already familiar with each other, but that's speculation. I don't know. But that's what I heard, that one of the cops doing. And so that's why I said these cops get this white mentality that they stick together. And I don't see how any cop or any black people don't see that there's a difference. We look at so many videos trying to get them to arrest these white cops, and they will not do it. And we're cheering for this. I just looked over it. To me, it's another black on black crime because we've been programmed to destroy each other, and nobody is doing anything about it. The government won't do anything about it. So this is their way out. And this is another way to stop the news, so it won't be new news about the so-called Asian protection that they needed so much, acting like black people killed. Black people ain't never shot up a whole bunch of Asian spies. These own Asians have shot up their own spot. 2 of them. And then when I seen it, I looked up and you don't see the picture. You don't see that's mainstream news, because we need to revisit that executive order. But let's go focus on the black people who they always fill their news with, who they're biased against. Did you hear about, look on my YouTube and on my TikTok page. Of course, it's Straight No Chaser. No, it's Queen Straight No Chaser, because they took down my other TikTok page when I had about 100,000 followers. Look up there. There's a white guy named Morgan Barnhill. Type that in the chat. Morgan Barnhill. Right up here in Alabama, up here in Mobile, Alabama, had his black friend come over. It's supposed to be a barbecue or whatever, but he invited his black friend over. Guess what? When his black friend came over, his mom and everybody was there. Not the black friend. The black friend came over to the white people house. He bust him in the head with a shovel, beat him with a pipe, left him there for hours, called the police, told the police that he tried to break in his house, that he didn't know him, tried to break in his shed. The black guy, his name is Eaton Murray. It's like spelled weird. It's spelled Etienne, if I'm not mistaken. Eaton died. I want y'all to see what the police did. If you look it up, you're going to see a lot of pictures of the white guy, right? But they just reduced his bail. They reduced his bail because they said, well, he never did a crime before, and he only had a ticket before, and he only had suspended license and stuff. Well, you know what caused your license to be suspended. But see how they stick together. But Morgan Barnhill, after he killed the black dude who was his friend, who he knew, he texted his mom and told his mom, yeah, I killed your son. I beat him with a steel pipe. Something else. Yeah, he died. His name is Eaton Murray, but he died. He left him out there to swell, then text his mom and told him he did it. They just reduced his bond to get out right here in Mobile, Alabama. Then he lied and said the black dude was breaking in. They've been friends, neighbors, friends. And then he bragged to the neighbors because the police, all of them, I guess, was down. They ain't say nothing. They didn't arrest him or nothing. It didn't seem weird because after 2 hours, blood correlate. I mean, what is it? blood is going to dry up. So you knew that this man was out here. He ain't get arrested till later when they put it together, but they letting him out. They giving him a reduced bond because he ain't did no much. He ain't did nothing. So when you look him up, you see the white dude with the ponytail and all that. But when you go look up Eaton, you see all these mug shots or whatever. Other people and me put out the picture of him in a suit, like a boat, a tie. He was in a suit. But when you look him, Google him, you see him as a mugshot. So when you look at the story, you look at the names, you're gonna glance at this white man, and usually they have the victim, but they got the white man. He did this and that, and you gotta dig for the victim. Now, even though the headlines say that they believe race was involved, exactly, look like his parents were siblings. Coagulates. That's what it is. What one coagulates. The blood coagulating. You know that this person been out here, but he lied. He got arrested, but he's getting out because they say he didn't have nothing but a suspended license. They don't give a damn what we got. There's a lot of people sitting in prison. They just letting this black woman. They executing this black woman in prison, and she didn't have a record. I think somebody broke in her house or did something, and she killed them, and she went up for parole. And they denied her parole, even though she got kidney cancer, even though she went past the amount of years when you are supposed to get out. They doing everything they could in Alabama. But back to what I'm saying about Eaton is that people like Morgan Barnhill are the ones that's joining the police force, because after that, he went around town saying he was glad that he finally killed him an eager. Him and his white friends was bragging. He always wanted to kill one. They befriend us. They will be they're calculated killers. They will friend us and they will sit back, and that's how they took over the world. That's how they took over the lands. They didn't know these lands. We invited them in as a friend. If you look at the Thanksgiving story and actually find out what happened, in Thanksgiving, they were eating and celebrating how they tricked us. That's why we weren't part of that celebration. This is the same spirit that continues to go on, because we won't recognize it's a spirit. All y'all holy rollies and all y'all that believe in spirits, I'm talking about in church, that the devil and angels and stuff, then recognize the spirit of deceit, a spirit of illusion. All of us that's spiritual, all of us that say that we, the ancestors speak, we're not going to do anything about this. We can see it with our own eyes. But we keep on giving them the benefit of the doubt. They smile in your face and say they will smile and then go lie. They got the spirit of a liar. How many times them white tea women done told that somebody raped them and come back? Then now they ain't got to lie and say they raped us no more. They just date the black men. They wanted y'all in the first place. And everybody was dating. I want y'all to know there was a time that black and white people dated freely. That's why Darwin's theory, it was just what happened is the same thing that's happening with the police. A bunch of racist white people with money changed the world. Darwin and his cousin were self-proclaimed scientists. Nobody told them that they was a scientist. They just had money like most white people do. And they went around the world and they hated because they seen how if a black man mixed with any woman, that child became black. They hate us for what it is. And so a bunch of racists infiltrated science. A bunch of racists is taking over the police force. And then with this Easton thing, they want us not to look at that. They want us to think that this is just a fluke that's happening into the police force. Not that there's a bunch of racist KKK members that's named in all these different sounds of Proud Boys. They done all of these are KKK members, different groups. And nobody is saying that. And then the ones that can't get in the police force, just like the Easton story I just told you, he befriended his black friend for all this time. His girlfriend, a white girl, she told it. She said she couldn't lie. She the one told it. That's the only reason that this white man named Morgan Barnhill is in jail. He befriended he befriended our black king all this time and turned around and beat him with a shovel, invited him over to the house, beat him with a shovel, and then The FBI said they been took over the church. I mean the police force. You can Google it right now. The KKK been infiltrated. They said it's so bad it's nothing. We need a whole nother organization. But he invited the king over, and when he got over there, he bust him in the head with a shovel, and then told the police that he broke in his house, was trying to break in. And then after he did it, because he was getting away with it and bragging to all the white people, he said he always wanted to kill a nigga. He finally got one. It's hunting to them. They'll sit out there in the woods and hunt and wait for an innocent deer to come just for sport, not because they're hungry. Everything that they teach and us to do is against nature. No one race is supposed to be ruling the world, not one person. Wherever we were here, we were made in simultaneously in all places. All black people don't look the same. That's why I keep telling y'all, all of us is not from Africa. They tell me why I hate Africa. It's not that I don't hate Africa. I just know I'm not from there. My people, my daddy them told us we were here. America only been here 400 years, and the world been here billions of years. And you trying to tell me it take a whole year for a child to be 1 year old? So how we populate black people coming out all over? How all these black people get here? You believe white people brought us to North America, or were we already here? Make sense. Make sense, like the Queen said. We forgot our own reasons. We supposed to be joining the police force to make things better. We want the police to stop having white cops patrolling predominantly black areas where they're not from. So with these 5 cops with this Tyree Nichols case, that make it look like it's just a cop thing. All that shit go out the window. We really gotta have our own communities. We can have our own police stations, but we don't know how. We don't even know how to protest. Protesting against these cops being in the neighborhood has nothing to do with hiring them. It has everything to do with marching in the street. If we knew stuff, we would stop marching in the street, and we would go ahead and go over there to the file paperwork, which I don't know all we're doing it because I'm looking it up. But file paperwork and consider them that we need another police station. File paperwork or stop buying stuff in that area. If the town is broke, you can't pay the police. We're paying for our own murderers. And then they're taking over. Look at how many videos we got to see of white cops doing us wrong. Now we going to watch this. We watch this. America give Asians protection, and nobody's talking about how these 2 Asians did a mass shooting out here in America in 2 places. The shooter is Asian. Never have black people. We kill each other all the time. They don't call it mass shooting. How many times have a black person shot up an Asian place? When we mass kill Asians. Why do they got the protection? We got story after story to show that there's somebody from each race that kills us or does something to us. And when I say each race, because they separate themselves, I'm talking about China, Asian, and white. Because you could come over here from the Ukraine and all that, right? Tell me what the difference of a Ukrainian look and a white person in America look. Tell me what the difference besides the culture things they wear until they open their mouth. They want you to say it's not about race, and it is. These black men, you are part of a KKK place. Them black cops, they're part of a KKK organization called the cops, the police. If we go in history, and if anybody will look it up, can you please tell me how the police got started, and when have they ever did anything to help black people? When? We keep playing the same game, and we won't admit the truth. They're doing whatever they want to us because we allow it. We can't let our people join the police force and not look after us. But they not joining the police force with the mind that there's racism I need to change, because we got the politicians who's the KKK that's joining all the seats of power, blocking history and lessons and things that we can teach. We got our own people saying we're crazy, stop talking about race all the time. We got our own people chasing money, thinking money and living is going to make you get away from racism until boom, it hits your door. And now you're crying because some cop or something that happened to you by some white person, and nothing is going to be done unless we all say our name. There's many stories out there. Just because we believe that it's not out there because the news is not telling us. The news don't give a damn. They only want to get enough news to make us keep fitting the profile of the problem of America, when the problem of America are white supremacists. And these boys, I mean, these men, these police officers fucked around and found out that you're not part of the KKK clan. You're only part of a plan that the government had to program you to hate your own people, not to help them. We used to be trying to get in these positions. We're the only race that have to keep forgetting the past while we watch these white people reenact the Civil War and every war that they feel like they lost the Civil War, but they reenact that motherfucker every time. We the only people. We the only people argue. I don't want to hear all that stuff. It ain't about racism. I came across a YouTube video of this black girl who lived in her van going around sleeping, and she was harassed. She went in a neighborhood. She told us the neighborhood was parked. She was harassed the whole week by white people. The police came and arrested her, but they let her go. They didn't arrest her. They put her in cuffs for a long time. She talked about how the police treated her. Everybody around her was white. They the ones kept harassing her. But she got video. I forgot her name. She on YouTube. She live in this van. And then she talking about she was going to see her girlfriend. Grand Rising. And after all that, the cop came, put her in the back seat. They left her there. She telling her experiences. All these white people. She the only black. After it all, she talking about it's not racism. It's not racism. I'm not going to say that the cops were racist. I mean, girl, you know, that's the mentality. That's what them cops got. We done picked up their words, and it's so stupid when we're the only ones dying to get bashed over the head. Whether it's we got politicians selling us out. Then let me get on to Africa. We always talk about Africa this, Africa that. Africa got a whole damn continent full of black leaders, and they still letting them take over. What the hell we gonna do for Africa over here? Africa should be doing something for us. If we're supposed to be from Africa, those are the parents. But white people got us so mixed up with this fighting and killing each other that we don't have time to have common sense thoughts. It's a shame. We don't have common sense. We need our common sense back. Grand Rising, everybody in the chat. Curly Girl, Mimi by Yada, TP Judah Lion. Grand Rising, y'all. I'm coming out with the hubby here. I'm coming out with we are coming out with a radio broadcast. So I'm gonna drop it right now. We coming out with our own radio broadcast. A few of us, some of it is gonna be broadcast out of LA, but it's gonna be on online internet radio show so everybody can listen. We also got some activities coming up for the United Empires of Akeblan and our nonprofit. We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So y'all, I need y'all help. I usually don't just ask, but I keep telling y'all we're going to get our island. I'm working with hopefully Yima Karama and Queen Amadea Shakur, Grand Rising. I know Michi says she's going to help. So we've been doing some work in the background because everything is not to be said up front. But we are trying to make our community a better place. I keep telling y'all the 300 because everybody is not going to get it. We're going to have people like these black cops, people like the black lady I told you that say no racism. I cannot keep dealing with people who don't want to do something with the situation. What we going to keep talking about it on YouTube or we going to do it? So we're having informative vendors. We're going to have an informative vending event, and I hope to have some little poets or something for us. And I don't want it just vending. I want it to be where we share our experiences, talk, and eat. So it's going to be free to the public. It's just that vendors are going to have to pay for their spot, but we're not charging anybody so that people can have money to spend with among each other. It'll be our, it's always vending, but it's going to be B1 vending. And what we ask for people is that if you're a business owner or if you're vending, we want you to have a 30-second video, or we can talk. I mean, you can do a TikTok video, 30 seconds to a minute to tell how you got into vending or how you got into doing your business or how you got into the position you in and what have you learned from vending or running your business or whatever you do. Come. And if you can't come, donate. If you're gonna come, it's free. Just donate. You go to the site. Like I said, don't use my cash app. We have everything. We have our treasurer. We have honest people. So you just go to www.theunitedempiresofalkebalon.com, and I think it's in the chat. And you could donate there. We're updating it. This should be in April. Now, I did hear the Queen told me of another place, so I didn't. I had flyers out there, but we're kind of withdrawing them for February because if we can get this other place, they say it's more nicer for us. So we need your support because we're going to be doing things like this because we're going to buy that island for us. That's my goal. I want to see some stuff happen or see the small of us that want to get together in peace and do things on our own spot. And we want to buy land around. So whichever one comes first. We want to have our land, but we want to take that land and make it private. It's going to be a safe place for us and our children to talk, learn, and build upon together. We got some other people involved where we got some other people that got land and we're going to have some training. If you want to do some off-grid training and learning to do solar system and build a cabin, because we have some gentlemen in Louisiana that got land and he has an off-grid camp and he has everything he needs in the camp. And he's going to teach us to do it too. We're going to be needing that to live off grid, and we're going to be doing the farming. We've already started. Hopefully, we'll be having the chicken coop up and running in a few months. And with some of the money, we hope to buy a cow because I got my first experience of eating a cow that was raised right there on the farm, taken to the slaughterhouse, and then back right to the table. And I'm gonna be coming live a lot more because now I got some stuff into play. My business going crazy with this because when we learn this, I'm trying to learn the price of getting a cow. I think a cow is like $1,000 or whatever, and then you got to pay to raise it, and then the slaughterhouse charges this price to chop it into pieces. Then we'll have the chicken and the eggs, and then we got the farm. So we're going in there with I know y'all seen me last time and some people were asking can they buy some stuff, so we're working with my husband's family. We had some family issues. His father and them had to have some surgery and stuff, so it put us off on hold a lot, but we're still working there where we're going to start trying to raise enough where we can buy among each other. I'm hoping to have some when we do the next vending event. So we're going to have a series of vending event for raising money, and that's what it's for. It's for us. I'm not going to be raising money and talking about, look at my marble counts, look at what I got, weighing stuff to use your money. No, I'm older. My vision of having a good time, and anybody that knows me, I don't brag of what I do on here because I do my own little community stuff. And if each one of us will help a family or somebody, we'll get somewhere. But my vision is to see us in some land and our children reading. We learning some stuff. We learning to live off the land a little bit because we going to want our comforts. We sit around in a group of us that is not about the BS and not about outdoing each other and stuff, not about this or that, not about no BS, but about really building. And it's going to take us if we for real. So now all of us that been following me, let's put our actions and money where our mouth is and let's do it. We're going to learn it. Now, if you don't see people that will come to your neighborhood and actually do something for you, then you need to really reevaluate who you follow and what you're doing. Because some people are entertainment, but there's some people out there. That's why I respect Michi, Goddess Masterpiece. She used her channel and she give free business advertising. Excuse me, free business advertising. Most people charge and stuff. You see Michi, going out in the communities helping. I'm out here. I just don't. I don't. I don't feel awkward when I'm handing somebody some food or something and I need to film them. I mean, I just no, not all the time. Now, if we doing something big or something, we might start showing work. But if we individually really help somebody and then you have that feeling in your heart and you really do that, you're gonna keep changing and changing until we look at each other as human. These cops don't. These cops that did this to Tyree Nichols, he ain't looking as human because we've been brainwashed to think that we're on the other side of the fence with the KKK. Just like that white guy that I just told you, Morgan Barnhill invited his black friend who he had been befriending for a while, for a whole long time, just with a plan in place to kill him. And he said he always wanted to kill an Igor. And he invited his black friend over. And when his black friend was walking, he busted him in the back of the head with a shovel and beat him until his brains bled. And he left him there for hours and then called the police. And then, had it not been for his white girlfriend telling everybody what happened, we wouldn't know this story. There's so many stories of black people dying in the company of their white friends. So this killing with with Tyree Nichols, we gotta look beyond it, because we used to black people shooting and killing each other and beating. This time they had on the blue suit that we know the KKK uses to kill us, and they got what they deserve. They are hung out there just like the white man used to lynch us and hang you out there so the world can see what they did. This is they're the fall guys that make it look like there's no racism into the police station, but it's just bad cops. No, the KKK uses the police department to do their duties, to kill and harass and do whatever they got to do to black people. That is an FBI report. I need everybody to go look it up. Look at how this man infiltrated the cops, and then how they say it's really no hope for us. So if we have black people in the force, we need black people that's in there that's going to change. If we're going to have our kids join and change, we got our kids joining the military to kill other black kids. Y'all just not out there. What can you tell, unless you got binoculars on, what a color of a person is way back across the street? If they got on camouflage, most of the time when they go to these countries, black people are all over from the world, so they're killing other black people. This is nothing new, and you need to wake up. It is nothing new. Tomorrow we're gonna hear about another black on black crime. So just because they got on a blue uniform, how easily we forget. Yes, thank you, Misha. Yes, I'm about solutions. I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I like to sit down and I like to do stuff too. I like to eat my crabs. I like to dance. I like music. I like movies. But right now, I can't do that in the comfortability, because every day we walk out our doors, we don't know what crazy pale nut we're going to run into. We always got to be on guard when they taught us to be off guard. So how are we going to do it? Yeah. You could go on my TikTok and YouTube, look up Morgan Barnhill and look at the story. So tell me what's the difference. It's just that stop letting the blue uniform fool you, because the blue uniform is a uniform that the KKK wear now. They don't wear their hoods and stuff no more. They wear blue uniforms and they wear politician labels. That's why you got these politicians, governors like Ron DeSantis and Governor Kay Ivey of Alabama, Ron DeSantis of Florida, doing everything they could. They not focusing on their homeless. They not focusing on nothing. You got all these people out here in LA and Africa Town, we support those people. Shout out to Africa Town, Billion Guy's son, NAPP, all of those people out in Africa Town. They don't put, this is a place where black people go and gather and sell their goods and do things among each other. I had a beautiful time when I went to LA, not too far from Crenshaw, and they're putting in an ordinance there. They fed the homeless there. People couldn't afford rent, so they protect each other and sleep in their cars. And now they put an ordinance that homeless people can't be there. The police setting fires to run them out. Then next thing you know, they're out here telling them that they can't sell no more. They get, you know, it's horrible. They're attacking us in every way because they own the power of racism. They have the seats of power. They have all the money from slavery to keep changing shit while we barely catching up to even knowing who we are. How we gonna fight a giant that we know with this giant? We know the weapons, but hell, we don't even know them. We barely waking our brother up and we getting hit. We barely waking our sister up, we getting hit. How are we gonna defeat this giant, David? We gotta wake up. We can't keep slacking. We can't keep being comfortable. We can't keep knocking the conversations. We can't keep jumping. We jump too fast. When I seen that story about Tyree, I had to step back and analyze it. What's going on here? Then I started looking up other news stories. That's how I found the story about the white man in Alabama. It's clear as day. This was probably racially motivated. That is more of a shock that we have white friends, and this white friend been friends with this black dude for I don't know how long, and one of his neighbors invited him over to go ahead and take the kill that him and his white friends had been talking about, because he always wanted to kill an Igor. And he bust him in the head, beat him with a pipe, left him there, didn't text his mom and told his mom he did, because he was breaking in when the whole thing was made up. He just wanted to kill a black person. That's why we don't need them saying a Igor in the songs. Then we turn around and we looking at Asian protection. How many videos have we did? Asians got protection. They beat us in the nail shops. They beat us. They use our communities to make money to send it back to their countries, and they live in the neighborhoods with the white people. And then we turn around and they get Asian protection, and right now in the news, they shooting each other up in mass shootings. Black people ain't never seen no Asians get mass shootings. But you know, I say in my video, karma is a motherfucker, because karma is coming to those who keep making this racist fight harder. The Asians, they just got 2 mass shootings in 2 of their places. One was at a dance studio, one was at their Lunar Moon New Year's celebration, and guess what? The shooter was Asian. Nobody, that should be headlines. Use common sense. Why is it only headline when this black man beat this man and died? We just seen them beat Eric Gardner and choke him to death, and we had to fucking figure out if it was a murder. And now y'all jumping on that these black boys done got killed. These black men killed this man, beat him to death. Oh, this and that. What we just seen Eric Gardner. And them cops didn't get nothing. We had to analyze the video. We had to wait for years. Now he shouldn't have did this. That really ain't nothing but black on black crime that we deal with in our neighborhoods every day. We see videos every day. Y'all cheered them videos. Some of them. We watch black people fight every day. We seen Shaquilla, whatever her name was, in Mexico. The black girls jumped her, or the black girl fought her. Something happened. She hit her the wrong way. She's dead. Stop being distracted. The only reason that they're making a headline is because now they got a black person in a blue suit to represent what the cops do, when the real thing behind it is the white cops in the blue suit. We don't have a police problem. We have a racial white supremacist problem. And they are infiltrating all means of power to destroy us. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm going to finish cooking this up. I just wanted to come in here a little bit. And I'll be back later on. So think about that. Go look up those stories, like and share. And if you want to donate or support our future, because it's going to come, go to the website. Thank you.